welcome to AGK's Vinyl Life. I'm your host, Anthony K. And on this episode, I'm going to do something completely different. That's right, I'm going to show you something completely different. Something I've never really shown too much before. I'm not going to be showing you guys any music today. No vinyl records, no CDs, no 7-inch singles, no cassette tapes. No, not really any music at all, actually. There might be a brief glimpse of some music, but it's not. This is not going to be about my music collection in any way. I'm actually going to talk about this wall of media behind me. And the reason I'm talking about this wall of media is because people always comment on streams and in comments that they're so impressed by this wall of media behind me. So I thought, you know what, why not give you guys a deep dive of this wall, a detailed deep dive of this wall of media. Now, I know I've shown you guys this wall of media in my room tours. I've filmed a couple of room tours over the years on my channel and put them up. And recently I did a shorts room tour where I quickly did the shorts thing and quickly scanned my room briefly. And I know this wall of media has changed over the years. If you go back to my first video on my channel till now, this wall of media has changed. More stuff has been added, certainly over the years. Before, I think when I started the channel, it was just media, just DVDs and Blu-rays. But now I've sort of started to put some box sets and things in and some collectibles. I've kind of fleshed out this wall of media a little bit more over the years on my channel to make it look a little even more interesting. But I'm going to strip a lot of that stuff away today. I'm going to take the camera off its tripod. I'm going to pause, take the camera off its tripod, and I'm going to strip away some of the stuff that's in this wall of media, just so I can show you what's behind all these Funkos and box sets and things that are all have appeared over time back there. I'm going to just take some of that stuff away so we can deep dive this wall of media, and I'm going to show you exactly what's in here, how it's organized. I do have an organized system, just like everything else I do. It's all organized in certain ways, so I'm going to just deep dive. We're going to have a real close-up look at what's in this wall of media, as well as the wall of media on this side, which I've already stripped a bunch of stuff away just to get at it. There were a lot of figurines and things blocking the media behind, so I've already pulled some of them down temporarily to show you guys. So we're going to have a look at the wall of media here and the wall of media here, deep dive it. I hope you enjoy this. It's something completely different on my channel. And like I said, I just really hope you guys enjoy this deep dive at my wall of media. And before we do that, of course, I have to do my fit check. And to celebrate the occasion today being media, being movies and DVDs and, DVDs, Blu-rays and all that jazz, I decided to, dress the part. And this is my no body is safe, kill her goats. This is the t-shirt that the movie studio was kind enough to send me. I had purchased the Blu-ray edition. I pre-ordered the Blu-ray edition of Kill Her Goats, which is a slasher horror movie that came out in March this year, and it was filmed in the tradition of 80s slasher horror movies, using only practical effects, no digital effects. And so because I ordered the Blu-ray edition, and I also ordered the deluxe vinyl soundtrack for that movie, they sent me this wonderful Kill Her Goats t-shirt with the victims of the massacre on it. So I'm proudly sporting my Kill Her Goats t-shirt. And you might even see Kill Her Goats up there on the wall of media. And of course my Friday the 13th hat. So right after this brief pause and station identification, we'll be mobile on my camera, and we're going to deep dive the wall media. Hope you enjoy. Be right back. And we are back. And before you guys put anything in the comments, yes, I did say wall of media 17 times in the intro. Even I noticed that when I replayed it. And that last time just makes 18. So I'm sorry about that, guys. Yes, I said it. I said that phrase now 18 times in this video, and I'll try not to say it again. So you don't need to remind me. But I ain't refilming it. So as you can see, I've pulled away a bunch of stuff, and it's just on the floor here. I've made a pretty good mess in my room today, as you can see, a pretty good mess. Just for the sake of content. I've removed all this memorabilia that normally sits up there. And I might as well just give you a quick peek at the memorabilia. Of course, there's a Alice Cooper box set there, Thin Lizzy Live and Dangerous box set, Thin Lizzy Legend box set, AM Flux box set, Moving Pictures, Smash, Black Sabbath, Live Evil, and then of course all my music Funkos. We got Pet Shop Boys, Alice Cooper, Robert Smith from The Cure. We got Iron Maiden. We got Prince, Lennon, Freddie Mercury, Jimi Hendrix, Joey Ramone, Eddie Van Halen, Bono, Kiss, Britney Spears. So this stuff all normally sits up in here. And some of these things sit up in there too, such as this deluxe box set of Ben-Hur, and of course the Batman original series Blu-ray, deluxe Blu-ray box set, a couple more Funkos, and my James Bond No Time to Die box set that I featured in another video on my channel with that Aston Martin that actually sits inside the box set. So I've stripped it away, and let's get over to the wall of media. Above here, and I'll just move this quickly, at the top here is where I keep a lot of media, and the media up here is Giallo and exploitation and films like that. And I put this stuff up way up high because, of course, when my daughter was young, I didn't want her, you know, pulling out DVDs and playing with them when she was a little kid and turning out to be, you know, some of this Giallo stuff and some of this more restricted type of stuff. But up here we have some Giallo films, and these are all various things. You can see Tanya's Island in there, Killer's Moon, some various Giallo and Italian erotic films and this and that. Not porn, but, you know, erotic thrillers and things like that. Most of this stuff being filmed in the 70s and early 80s. So some of that stuff is up there, and then there's some more Funkos up here. And we got the Buffy Vampire Slayer series Funkos up there. We got Laura Croft. We got the Ghost in the Shell Funkos, among other things in there. We got Marilyn Monroe and Tinkerbell and Farrah Fawcett. And in hiding behind Laura Croft here, and I'll just move this down. In behind we have more of those Giallo films. As you can see, various things, and, you know, women in prison films and so on and so forth. Amazon Jail. I'm a big lover of grindhouse, exploitation, blaxploitation, all that, the sort of films. I'm a huge fan of that stuff, and as you can see here, we've got even more here. You can see some of the Roger Corman Cult Classics collection is here with some great films. Crazy Mama, as you can see, all sorts of things there, like some real gems of yesteryear. These are all like double features, and I'm going to pull this. This is the James Bond Mach 1 from Diamonds Are Forever. I'm just going to briefly pull that one out of the way so you guys can see some more grindhouse here. And this is all grindhouse on exploitation cinema. I'm a big fan of this stuff. And a lot of it from Italy and whatnot. And like I said, there's the Roger Corman stuff. This is a Cars car. We're just going to get that out of the way so you can see even more here. And then you've got, you know, Switchblade Sisters, more of the exploitation stuff. She-Wolves of the SS, you know, Women's Prison Massacre, the Andy Sedaris films, that Picasso Trigger Guns, things like that, Hard Ticket to Hawaii. The Andy Sedaris films, which were all, I had a lot of Playboy models starred in them. So that's all exploitation and grindhouse hiding up there. I got my rear speakers are up here as well. Let's just put this stuff back up here. And we'll scan our way back. And we'll start here. And on this, in this bunk here, I'll just go by bin. In this bin here, we have a series, box sets and complete series of movies. And as you can see, these are all DVDs. So you can see there's a complete Abbott and Costello catalog there. The original Batman anthology 1989 to 97. Plus we've added in there, as you can see, there's also the Batman Begins and The Dark Knight. This is strictly DVDs. Blu-rays are in another section. There's a Bridget Bardot collection there. There's the Bring It On movies. A big Carry On collection. A big box set of Carry On films. A whole pile of Carry On films. I think there's like, I can't remember, was it like 20 films or something? A whole whack of Carry On films in here. And even more Carry On films. More Carry On films. Of course, the Die Hard trilogy and the follow-up, Live Free or Die Hard. A Clint Eastwood collection. Of course, the Indiana Jones films. A Don Knotts collection. Jurassic Park films. Matt Helm, of course, Dean Martin's Matt Helm films. the Rambo stuff, Raquel Welch, RoboCop, Seinfeld, Sinbad films, the old classic Ray Harryhausen, Sinbad films, Star Wars stuff. And then we get to the A to Z's of comedy, drama, sci-fi, pretty much the A to Z's there. And this has got everything. It's everything from old films like, here's Raquel Welch in right here, Raquel Welch in 100 Rifles. So these go through all the years. There's movies here from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. All sorts of films. As you can see here, all sorts of films. And I'm just going to try get it myself so I can show you guys clearly here. As you can see, just a selection of films. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which was, of course, filmed by Eon Productions, which made the James Bond film. Harry Saltzman, Art Rockaway. The one film they made together that wasn't a James Bond film, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. You got Conan here. Various things here. This is all the A to Z's, comedy, adventure, sci-fi. No horror in this area. No animation, no horror. Of course, this is the 50th anniversary edition of West Side Story. This is a Blu-ray box here. Let's get that out of the way. And even more movies, all sorts of movies here. You can see Ghostbusters in there. Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, of course, there. So all films, and then down here even more. You can see the Kill Bill films there. Lara Croft Tomb Raider films there. Logan's Run. The Matrix films. Mean Girls. And then, of course, behind there, and I'm just going to go like this. As you can see, there's even more films there. As you can see, Spider-Man's back there. And we'll just tip that. So there's a second layer of films back there. Sin City I saw there. Let's just grab another chunk and tip it away. And then we have Scary Movies, School of Rock, all sorts of films. So the A to Z of films. And then when we get down to here, they finish here. As you can see, Untouchable, War of the Worlds, Wild Things. And then we get to there and we have double features. And at the end of those, it's all double features and triple feature things. Double feature, triple feature packages, a 8-film package, 13-film package. And then last but not least, in behind there, in this shelf, is Spanish films. That's right, I love Spanish films. Of course, my first wife was from Mexico. So, of course, she spoke Spanish. And my second wife was from Peru. And my daughter, and my second wife is who I had my daughter with. So my daughter's half Peruvian, half English. So my daughter does speak Spanish. And I did grow a love of Spanish and Latin cinema over the years. So this is all Latin cinema. A lot of it is all spoken only in, some of the stuff is subtitled, but most of it's only spoken in Spanish. But there are subtitles with a lot of them. So this is all just Spanish and Latin cinema here, including some Latin telenovelas. That's right, Latin telenovelas in here. So that's all that's in that section. And then when we move down to the very bottom here, the very bottom pile here, this is where I keep my music, DVDs, and Blu-rays. So everything here is music video. So as you can see, we do have some CD, combination CD, like this is the classic Kiss Sonic Boom. So it's not only the music CD, but it's also got a live concert in it. So, like Zeppelin Celebration Day, the film, it's got the CD plus the film. So some of these things are CD plus the film, but because there's video, I keep all the videos together. These are what are called PAL videos. So British standard, you need a PAL player. I do have a region-free player to play some of these things, like Electric Light Orchestra, Zoom Tour. These are PAL DVDs. And then we have Blu-rays here of various concerts. As you can see, there's Alice Cooper there. Santana there, Bruce Springsteen, U2, all sorts of music DVDs, Peter Gabriel, Genesis, Golden Earring, of course, Nazareth, Pet Shop Boys, quite a few Pet Shop Boys, Pink Floyd, all sorts of Scorpions, all sorts of men. This is, of course, more of them. These are a combination CD, DVD combos. You can see Thin Lizzy, Scorpions, U2, The Who, Who's Kids Are All Right. So that's all music, CD, DVD, Blu-ray packages, and there's some more here. Of course, the Cure 40 Cure 40 live DVD set, and then some box sets that had DVDs. For example, here's Neil Young and Crazy Horse's Barn, which of course included a DVD, so that's why it's over here. Transvision Vamps Complete Catalog, which included the music video DVD. This is a Rolling Stones LP, which includes, of course, the DVD. We have here, you know, Foreigner Live, which includes a DVD. So any LPs like this Kiss in Vegas, any LPs that have a DVD or Blu-ray, I keep them over here just to separate them. Coldplay Live in Buenos Aires, which on vinyl, which included DVD. This Blondie, which includes a DVD of them in the CBGBs. So that's all music-related DVDs, CDs, Blu-rays, and then even here, this is all laser discs. That's right, these are laser discs right here. And here we have various laser discs that I can play on my laser disc player, which is upstairs, and it is hooked up and working. As you can, these are all laser discs from back in the day. We had U2 there, Rod Stewart, Bruce Springsteen, Santana, Sade, the original Pink Floyd Pulse is there. Madonna, Janet Jackson, Phil Collins. So a bunch of music laser discs are there. And that is in row 1 of 4. Let's move to the next row here. And in our next set of shelves here, it's all Blu-ray. This is all Blu-ray in here. And we start off with, once again, with Gaiello Exploitation Grindhouse. As you can see by some of these titles, I Spit on Your Grave, Machete. So these are all, once again, the Blue Underground series, as you can see. Some Blue Underground series ones here. The Kino series are here. A lot of Italian Gaiello and thing. Gaiello films and Exploitation Grindhouse again. All up here, even modern Exploitation Grindhouse. And then comes 3D Blu-rays, because I do have a 3D TV and a 3D player. And of course, PlayStation 5s and 4s play 3D as well. So there's all sorts of 3D Blu-rays in here. All through here is 3D stuff. And then we get into some more Grindhouse and things here. And then, of course, behind here, it continues. And we get into the regular comedy, adventure, etc. Blu-rays. All in behind here. Comedy, etc. Adventure Blu-rays. I hope you guys can see well. I'm kind of blocking the light. I'm trying to do my best to give you guys a good view. But just all sorts of Blu-rays in here. And then we get down to the next shelf. And it continues with comedies, adventures, and everything but sci-fi and horror and animation is pretty much here. And this is one row deep here. I'll give you guys a good slow look. You can see the Fast and Furious, for example, Fast and Furious franchise is here. Love that franchise. And then we come down and it continues on here. And this is 2 deep, as you can see. We are 2 deep in here of Blu-rays. 2 rows deep of Blu-rays in here. Too many, guys, too many. I'm going to have to start auctioning some of this stuff on my channel. If you guys are... You can let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to do a live auction of this stuff, because a lot of this stuff's going to probably have to go. But I've always been a big fan of hard copy media. I'm a big fan of hard copy media. I'm not a fan of streaming. I like to have the physical product. So that's what all of this stuff is, right to there. And then when we get down here, this is all Disney. This is Disney Blu-ray. All of this stuff is Disney Blu-ray. I'm, of course, a big Disney fan. So this is all Disney Blu-rays. Disney Blu-rays. In here. And then the final bunk down here is DVD again. This is all animation DVD, so it includes Disney material. This is all Disney-related stuff in here. Disney-related stuff. And then come down here, more Disney-related stuff. TV series and whatnot, and then some animated movies, as you can see, Final Fantasy there, Van Helsing, Titan AE, some various, and we have, X-Men, the original X-Men series from the 80s, and in behind there, even more animated stuff. As you can see, there's Flintstones, Johnny Quest, what do we have here? Drawn Together, Family Guy, Archer, Thunderbirds and whatnot. So all animated animation. And then finally, last bit over here is a Laserdisc, some more Laserdisc. This is Laserdisc movies here. Lots of Laserdisc movies, as you can see. Lots of Laserdisc movies. Mask of Zorro, etc. I'm just pulling everything apart here. And then we have some anime here. And all this here is anime Laserdiscs. There's some anime Laserdiscs. So a little bit of anime Laserdiscs and a bunch of regular Laserdisc movies. Schwarzenegger, True Lies. So some Laserdiscs there. And that's row number 2. Coming back up to row number 3. And we continue with the Blu-rays. And in here, we have my sci-fi Blu-rays. And so as you can see, I'm a big Doctor Who fan. So there's some various seasons of Doctor Who here. Various seasons of Doctor Who, which go right across there. And I still have more Doctor Who to be watched. This is all stuff I've watched. I have a whole separate section in the room of stuff I haven't watched that I've bought and haven't even got around to watching yet. So this is all Doctor Who. And there, as you can see, there's one more Doctor Who here. Then, of course, the Star Wars stuff here and Star Trek stuff here. Then more miscellaneous sci-fi here. This is all Blu-ray, like I said. You can see Predator, RoboCop, Planet of the Apes collection, various things. Tron. Very cool packaging in this Tron disc. Don't know if it will turn on for us, but we could try to turn it on. I don't know if you can catch, you probably can't catch the light, but it actually turns on and off. And so all science fiction related. Oh, and here's that Kill Her Goats again. This is a VHS version that they sent me. It's the unrated, and they've even formatted it for old school TV screens in that 4:3 ratio, and it's on a really cool purple VHS tape. So the Kill Her Goats done old school, just to have that old school 80s feel of slasher films. So that's kind of cool. And then coming down, we start into the horror. And it starts off with like 3D, once again, 3D films, 3D horror films. And then 2 rows deep of horror, starting with creature features. These are all creature features here, you know, Piranha, Shark Week, Sharknado, all sorts of creature features. Then we get into our, you know, Army of Darkness. Then we get into the horror here, all sorts of horror going through here. And of course, in behind, once again, in behind, tons more horror on Blu-ray. Lots of horror on Blu-ray in behind there. This is all horror on Blu-ray in behind there. And even continuing down below, down to the next shelf, same thing. This is horror Blu-ray, and then it goes into DVD. And here's Killer Goats once again. Killer Goats on Blu-ray, and as you can see behind, we get into the VHS. This is the last of the horror Blu-rays. Here, this is the last of the horror Blu-rays. And then from there in behind, we get into DVD horror. So everything behind there is horror on DVD. As you can see, the first Saw trilogy there. This is all DVD horror in behind here. Carrying on right through DVD horror. All sorts of DVD horror. And I'm just going to bear with me, guys. It's all falling over. DVD horror in here. And of course, down below is again more DVD horror down below. In behind, as you can see, lots of DVD horror. Horror is my favorite genre of movies. I love horror big time. I'm a huge horror fan, so that's why there's an entire row pretty much dedicated to horror, because I have more horror than anything else. Big horror fan. And of course, as you can see, in behind there, in behind there, Friday the 13th series, all sorts of stuff. It's all there. There's not too many horror movies I probably don't have. So, I don't know, there is a lot of horror, but I have a pretty good sized collection of horror. So all horror DVDs here, and of course everything I do is kept alphabetically. Everything is alphabetical. When you have a library this big, you pretty much have to keep everything alphabetical, or you'll never find anything. And as you can see, more horror down here. More horror, more horror, more horror. And of course in behind, 2 rows deep of horror because I am a horror junkie. 2 rows deep of horror. Because I am a horror junkie. So there's all the horror in there. Tons and tons of horror. And it continues again down to the bottom here. More horror again down to the bottom. And then the horror finishes. The horror finishes at the bottom, in behind there. The horror finishes in behind there. And there's all the horror in behind there. And then in front here starts my Blu-ray and DVD TV series collection. As you can see, it's a work in progress. You got American Horror Story there, Arrow. These are all TV series on Blu-ray, first of all. So you can see Ash vs. Evil Dead, Dick Van Dyke series, Flash, all the Game of Thrones, Gotham, Legends of Tomorrow, Nikita. That all carries over. That all carries over up to here, and it continues here. Nikita, Shameless, Sons of Anarchy, Spartacus, Superman, Vampire Diaries, Walking Dead, etc. And then it switches to DVD, and then we have all the DVD series, and they are in behind. DVDs in behind, 100, 12 Monkeys, etc. Let's just grab a stack here. Bates Motel, Angel. Bunch of stuff there. Being Erica. So that continues down to here. As you can see, more Big Bang Theory. Bionic Woman. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Charlie's Angels. And then in behind even more. As you can see, Desperate Housewives back there. You can see Entourage. You can see all sorts of stuff. Degrassi Junior High's back there. Or no, Degrassi's down here, sorry. More Charlie's Angels. Chuck. Dark Angel. Dark Matter. Degrassi. Classic Canadian series. And of course, Degrassi, my assistant in my photography business. My assistant and makeup artist and also model was a actress on the Degrassi TV series. She appeared in seasons 13 and 14 of Degrassi, The Next Generation. Desperate Housewives, etc. We have The Hills, The Hunger, I Dream of Jeannie, I Love Lucy, I Spy. I even have some freaking Jersey Shore. I don't know what possessed me to watch that. At Las Vegas with James Caan. More stuff behind. The Last Ship. MacGyver, the complete MacGyver series is there. Lucy Show. The Persuaders, Roger Moore, Tony Curtis. Oopsie, and we're losing stuff. We're losing stuff, guys. Hold on. There we go. We're almost done. Down here, you see Pretty Little Liars. The Star Trek original series. Star Trek Discovery, which I'm absolutely loving. Star Trek Picard. Then we have Stargate Atlantis complete series. Then, of course, Stargate SG-1, I think my favorite sci-fi series of all time. 10 seasons of Stargate SG-1. And then Stargate SGU. And even more stuff hiding behind in there. Even more stuff hiding behind. I got stuff falling out like crazy here. More stuff behind. A British series, Primeval. But as you can see, lots and lots of TV series, and it goes through Smallville's there, all sorts of stuff was there. So that's all TV series. That takes you to the bottom of this bunk. And then last but not least, at the top here, this is all Asian cinema. And of course, I'm a big fan of Asian cinema. And beside here, as you can, behind here is all Asian films. A lot of them, pretty much most of these, some of them have English dubbing. Most of them have, pretty much all of them have subtitles, so I can watch them, but I love Asian cinema. So this is all Asian cinema here. All Asian cinema in behind and in behind again, once again. Asian cinema going 2 rows deep, top and bottom 2 rows, and then 8, and that's all DVD, and then of course Asian Blu-ray here. And my Godzilla collection. This is the Godzilla box set, and then all sorts of Godzilla. My Godzilla collection here, Gamera, and then some more Asian film on Blu-ray here. And that brings us around to down here where I pulled this all apart, as you can see, just for you guys. And in here is where I keep my anime. Normally, a bunch of these figurines here are up in here. But for today's video, I've removed them so you can see I'm a huge anime collector. And this is all anime series on DVD. Anime series on DVD. I left one figurine here. There's one figurine here. More anime series on DVD here. And then down here, I've left one more figurine here just because it's propping up those. And as you can see, I'm a massive One Piece fan. Massive One Piece fan. And I've got even more One Piece that I haven't watched yet. So massive One Piece fan. So there's more anime DVDs there, and then on this side, more anime. I'm tripping over figurines on the floor. More anime, and this is anime Blu-ray now. So lots of anime Blu-ray in here. And then coming down, more anime Blu-ray, which finishes here, and then we get to James Bond. And behind here are all my James Bond novels and books. As you can see, this is the complete James Bond novel collection is here. The complete James Bond novel collection is here, and which carries down to here. And the complete James Bond novel collection. And let's just slide her over here, including the brand new book right there, Double or Nothing. These are all James Bond novels. And then we just slide this over here. And then we have James Bond movies. And I have more. I have multiple different versions of James Bond on DVD and VHF. A lot of it's packed away. The only ones I've kept out are one version of James Bond movies on DVD, and then the James Bond Blu-ray discs as well. The James Bond Blu-rays are hiding in here as well. And that's it. That's all. That's the complete media library for the 19th time. That's the complete library. I've given you guys a deep dive. Up above here is more. Actually, there is a little bit more. Up above, behind these Funkos here is even more anime. I forgot about. These are anime box sets. All up in behind here. All in behind here are anime box sets. That's right. Anime movie box sets and TV series box sets up behind those anime Funkos there. And then we're back to my music collection and whatnot down here. And one more section before we go that I'm going to show you guys is over here on this media shelf. This is my gaming area, gaming media. So we have PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4 games. This is my gaming media here. All sorts of gaming stuff down here. Carrying down here to PlayStation 3, Japanese PlayStation 3 games, my Nintendo Switch games, Wii games, Wii U games, controllers, etc., etc., etc. All Wii games and so on and so forth. And then down here, this media in here, all these Blu-rays, is brand new, brand new sealed Blu-rays I haven't even got around to watching yet. This is how busy my life is. I still have to watch all this stuff. Most of it is still completely sealed and I haven't even watched it yet. So that's all waiting to be watched and hiding in this cabinet here. This is how bad of a collector I am. Hiding in here, and they're falling out, guys. They're falling out. Is more. This is all anime in here. This is all anime inside this cabinet here. Is anime I have yet to watch. So this is why I have no time in my life for anything. So that's it. That's all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive of this mess. And now I got a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I need to put away now. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you in my next video. And like I always say, rock and roll.